Hello students. So in today's session we are going to discuss the interrelationship between the directive principles of state policy and fundamental rights. So the main interrelationship between both of these are that they are complementary and supplementary to each other. The fundamental rights are the ones that are restraining the government from doing certain things, and the directive principles are the ones that exhorts the government to do certain things. So, fundamental rights are restraining, but directive principles are encouraging government to do certain things. Both of them are concerned with state action, but DPSP, the directive principles of state policies, give positive directives that have to be kept in mind while making laws. But the fundamental rights, they are placing limitations on the state to prevent the arbitrary use of state powers. Now, the fundamental rights are mainly to protect the rights of individual, while directive principles are ensuring the well-being of the welfare society. So, this is individual oriented and this is oriented to the welfare of the society. However, at times, when government intends to implement directive principles of state policy, it comes into conflict with the fundamental rights of the citizens. This problem arose when the government was passing law to abolish zamindari system. These measures were opposed on ground that they violated the right of property. So when the zamindari system was being abolished, it was said that they are violating the fundamental right of the right to property. And however, while keeping in mind the society needs that are greater than the individual interest, the government amended the constitution and it gave effect to the directive principle of state policy. But due to this amendment, it led to a very long legal battle, and the government claimed that the rights affect the directive principles. And this argument assumed that the rights were in hindrance to the welfare of the state. So it assumed that these rights were hindrance for the welfare of the state. But on the other hand, the court held that the view that the fundamental rights were so important and sacred that they cannot be limited even for the purpose of implementing directive principles. So this conflict keeps on going with fundamental rights and directive principles, and the court has said that the fundamental rights are more important, they are more sacred, and just to implement directive principles, these fundamental rights cannot be limited. Now, the certain difference between fundamental rights and directive principles are these: that fundamental rights are the basic rights that are given to the citizens of India under the Indian Constitution, while the directive principles are the guidelines that are given to the state that are to be followed when the state is framing laws and policies. These fundamental rights are written in Part 3. The directive principles are written in Part 4, Article 36 to 51 of the Constitution of India. Fundamental rights are negative in nature as it is preventing the government from doing certain things, whereas directive principles are positive in nature as it is encouraging the people, encouraging the government to do certain things. And the fundamental rights are justiciable as they can be enforced. So when you say justiciable, that means they are enforceable and their violation is a punishable crime. Whereas directive principles are not just justiciable as they cannot be enforced and their violation cannot be a punishable crime. The fundamental rights establish political democracy, whereas the directive principles it establishes social and economic democracy. Fundamental rights are legal sanctions, and directive principles are moral and political sanctions. Uh, but the fundamental rights they promote individual welfare, and the directive principle they promote the welfare of the entire community. Thank you so much.